Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Nicole. If you're new, well, if you're old, welcome back. This is a book haul. If you watch, because this one's going to be tagged differently, so new people might be able to find me. I recently discovered that booktubing was a thing, had no idea about it, and then one randomly appeared in my feed one day. Probably because I ordered a book somewhere. But as on my makeup, the makeup side of this channel, it's going to be the same channel for now. I do a lot of hauls. Sometimes I do looks and get ready with me on that thing. This one I don't need to haul so much as, unless I'm planning on replacing like some soft cover because I love hardcover. I don't need a haul as much right now as I need to read what I have. So this might be more book review later on. But anyway, this is a book haul from the I'm going to try to speak German apparently. This is a little book haul just of what I've got in the past little while that weren't on my shelf, and if you get a chance to, it's kind of long, you can watch my book tour video like my library tour video to see. So these hadn't made it on the shelf yet because I hadn't had time to organize them, so they're more recently bought. Besides a couple of Stephen King's, which I could slide on there, like the Mr. Mercedes and the Revival are the newest ones over there. They were kind of bought around the same time as these. So anyway, let's get started. First book I have is The Shack by W.M. Paul Young, which is recently made into a movie, which apparently a lot of people loved, and I never got the chance to watch that. A friend actually gave this to me because she just couldn't get into it, she said. And then she was asking if I had read it yet, and I was like, no, I was kind of busy, which I was the past couple of weeks. I've been busy for the past like month, but the 2 weeks she was asking me about, the weekends I've been watching kids, so it's like, and I do work full time, so I work full time and then I come home and relax. Anyway, okay, the next book recently I've hauled, I have all three in the novella. I think there's one more. Is King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard. I will admit that I got about a third of the way through Glass Sword. I love the first one. I love the Red Queen. I got about a third of the way, and then I was kind of getting bored in the Glass Sword, and then somebody was one of my little cousins was saying, you gotta read it, it gets so good. I was like, but I was bored out of my mind and my ADD was kicking in. I seriously have like ADD now. Like, I used to be able to focus, and now I can't focus worth crap. I mean, I had to have focused. I was second in my class. I was able to focus at one time. Now I'd be horrible to do that. Anyway, Crisp first edition. Still haven't read it. If she does do a signed edition, like I had bought the Red Queen, and then I loved it, and then I found out about Barnes & Noble's thing, which I never knew about, that on Black Friday they have signed copies of the books, of a bunch of books. So I went and bought it again, and then gave that other copy to my sister-in-law, and she loved the book, and my niece loved the book too. But I got that one signed, and then the second one was actually available through Barnes & Noble, already signed when it came out, so I bought that one. Now this one wasn't, so yeah, I'm an autograph hoe. I could say whore. I am. I like autographs. But yeah, so I got that I need to read. Now this one I actually did read, and I saw it in movie theater first. Oh my gosh, which I think they actually did a pretty good job with it. Yeah, they could have shown a little bit more. Nothing's perfect, but I thought they did a really good job, and you know, whatever. But I've recently read this. This is Me Before You by Jojo Myers, and I know people apparently it's a controversy. I'm like, have you been in their shoes? Really? Have you been? Do you know how to put yourself in their shoes? Are you an empathetic person? Can you put yourself in a quadriplegic, like, who lived his life to the fullest, not just a regular life, but to the fullest, and then have it all taken away, and how sick he gets all the time, and yeah, can you put yourself in his foot? Not saying one way or the other. I mean, I don't believe in suicide assisted or otherwise, but the fact that he was so sick, and this actually opened up my eyes a lot about that whole thing. I didn't realize that they would get so sick all the time, or could, because they'd have so many complications just from that. You don't think about it. And heck, one time I babysitted a girl with cerebral palsy when I was young. And, you know, she had a feeding tube and everything, but I never thought about all the other, you know, I was young. I didn't think about all the other medical issues that would go on, you know. So it was eye-opening in that, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't endorse it. It didn't say all. It made a point of saying not all, you know. But she was trying to help one who thought that way. I'm like, you would never understand unless you were in that situation. I'm not saying anything against you, but I'm like, I don't get the controversy. It is a book. And I imagine she did her research. So, there's a lot of things, unless you're put there, that, you know, you can have your opinion, but until you are there, you just don't know. Okay? So I did then got After You. Oh, I did read Me Before You. Loved it. I did get After You. I have not read this one. And the thing is, I did buy it. And I have the store online that you buy 3, get 2 free. And I bought the 2 copies for my sister-in-law too. The thing is, that book was so complete on its own. It's like, yeah, you kind of want an epilogue for Louisa. But then at the same time, it was like, that book was almost like, some books don't need a sequel in my eyes. They don't. That's why I've been hesitant to read this one. I'm like, that one was almost so complete. Like, I don't want to detract from what that book was with this one. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm dying to know what's happened in this book. I mean, I love the books that leave you dying, leave you hanging, like you have to know what's going to happen, or that cult that you really want a sequel to it. Like, I kind of got the whole sequel to Gone with the Wind, even though it wasn't written by her. I would have loved to read her sequel, Margaret Mitchell's sequel to that book. You know, not what somebody wrote and they changed a lot in it, you know. Like, I read Scarlet. It was good. Was it Margaret Mitchell? No. But, you know, it's just, and, you know, it's her thing. It's just sometimes sequels detract from the original and you don't need it, you know? It's like when books go there when they don't need to go there, you know? So I'm still hesitant. I will read that eventually. Okay, next one I've got, and I want to read this so bad. It's because I watched the movie. I got the movie just because randomly I heard the movie mentioned. So ordered the movie and got the movie. And I watched it. But the thing, daggum, left me with more questions than it did answers. I had so many more questions. And I was like, really? And then, okay, course parts, you know, Sweeting is a lot different. And in books, they'll go there like a lot. Like, I've read quite a few Swedish authors and seen their shows and movies and stuff like that. And I was like, left was like, are we gonna go there? So, are we gonna go quite that far? But anyway, it reminded me, like, it had some elements of how Japanese will do their anime manga series. Like, most of them don't end happy. Like, a lot of them, the true ones do not end up happy. The true ones end up killing everybody or like leave you hanging. However, I did like the movie, love the movie really. But I was left with questions. So I got the book. This is Left the Right One, and it is translated from Swedish, of course. I want to read it, see if it answers any questions for me. Really. If you haven't read this, I think I'm going to read it and then do discussion about it. Like, but if you have any comments yourself on it, not specifically about the book, but if you've seen the movie and had questions about it, like, let me know. And like, I don't know, maybe do discussion about this one because it's so like, it's one of those psychological ones. Thank goodness. And then this one was actually given to me by another friend who, I guess she found it, just gave it to me, and it's brand new. And I don't know where she picked it up at, but this is a brand new Anne Rice, Prince Lestat in the Realms of Atlantis. which is one I didn't have because it's newer and hadn't been on sale yet. And so I'm excited about this. It is first edition. It's got a little damage issue. But I'm excited to read this and get into it. Like a lot. Yeah, it's like the first edition. Why not be first edition? But yeah, I knew this is one of her newer ones. It's not, maybe not her newest. I think it actually is. I think she's working on the sequel to this right now. I follow her. She's on social media, in case you want to know, like Facebook and Twitter. But she's had a lot of health issues, like Bell's palsy has been hitting her hard and everything. And I love Anne Rice. I love the whole Lestat interview with the vampire and Queen. Of course, I love the Queen of the Damned movie for sort of different reasons. But come on, Stuart Townsend. But I have like most of her books, so I was excited that she decided to give that to me. So anyway, that is just a mini book haul and little reasons why I picked up those specific books, I guess. Yeah, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Toodles.